Good morning. I want to do a short video on using MusicBrainz to prep music for a Plex server. So in my file manager window, I've got a bunch of live concert CDs or albums, and I have an Engelbert Humperdinck album that did not add correctly to Plex. So if we start with Yes, you'll see I've got a pretty good collection of albums, compilations, but no live albums. And if I back out, I have this one album that was found as unknown, and if I go into advanced, I have to view a song. If I look at a song, I know it's that particular Love and Romance CD that's not being found correctly. Now I could try to fix match it and it might be easily found by Plex, but I want to fix the tags first so that it's always found by Plex in case I have to rebuild Plex sometime in the future. So let's start with a Yes live albums, and we'll get back to that page. So the first thing you want to do is have MusicBrainz open. And I'm going to concentrate just on the Yes live albums, and I'm going to drag them in. So you'll see that you've got multiple songs listed because they're on different live albums. I'm going to hit the cluster button, which will group them as they're already grouped on my hard drive. So then you can either just select clusters, or you can highlight all of them and then click Lookup. That will load the information from the database and match it against what I've given MusicBrainz. And if any of these turn gold like they're doing, it means they're already tagged properly enough to add to Plex or MB. Let's look at one that's proper. If we go to this first song, you'll see that MusicBrainz has a lot of tags that it could add versus the simplistic tagging that my files already have. Let's look at one of these yellow ones. It's yellow because it's even less of a match, but if we look, it's really just the naming of it that's different. And I'm sure Starship Trooper is the same. So this will be fixed once we save our data. We have one silver one, so let's click and look, and it appears that we've matched up the first CD, but we haven't the second. Over in the left pane, we still have some unmatched music. And if I click into it, this is a pretty good match. So it's as simple as dragging it over. And say you drag it over and you miss. See how it's yellow? Just drag it back and you can do it again. Alright, so I should do this way. Go down the list, so it's less of a puzzle to my brain. But I think I missed one. Maybe it's not complete. I'm doing this live without any prep. Okay, so up here, unclustered files are the missing ones. Oh, I missed with that. Okay, so once they're all green, we are golden. I'll highlight all of them, and I'll click Save, and you'll see how they kind of go down the list. Let's open this one up. And it's counting up right here. We're counting down. It'll grab these and eventually finish up. So now they've all been re-tagged, and if I wanted to, I could clean up the folder names, but I don't really have to. So let me grab those, and off screen I'll add them to the server. Let me create off screen a live album or folder. And we're pasting them in. Let me bring that back on screen. So now I can remove everything from Music Picard or MusicBrainz Picard. Okay, so we finished, and before we move on to the next one, let me rescan my music library, and then we'll come back and see what Plex found for that as we're adding the next one. So again, I'm going to drag this album into MusicBrainz Picard, and you'll see it kind of looks like the tags are correct. So I'm going to cluster it and do a lookup. We don't seem to be finding anything, so I'll hit the manual search. And this looks like a match, 20 tracks. I'll load into Picard. Then I'll highlight this on my side, my local files, and I'll click Lookup. Well, it looks like a match, so I'll go and highlight it, and I'll do Scan. So MusicBrainz Picard is finding a lot of stuff, but it's not matching to what I actually want it to match to. So 2 of the songs are here. So this isn't looking too great, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these, leave the correct entry on this side. I know that's right, and now I'm missing everything on the left pane again. So I'll drag it back in, cluster it again, and this time I'll just manually assign things. Let's look at the first one. So my local file has a tag of love and romance, where the actual tag should be Engelbert-love and romance. Plus it has all the extra info. So this part's boring, but there's nothing you can do about it if you want it right. Oh, if someone knows a way to automate something like this, please let me know. Just don't tell me that I'm dumb or that I don't know the program well enough, because sometimes I am dumb and I honestly don't know the program well enough. Teach me while I'm trying to teach others. Alright, we're in the home stretch now. Oh, and if you copy something to the wrong place, it'll be yellow, not green. Just drag it back out, and you'll notice it goes up into the unclustered part, and you can just drag it to where it belongs from there. Did the first one on purpose, and that second one was an accident. So now it's all properly matched up. We just have to save it. But before we do, you can do a comparison and see how your original tags were to how the new tag will be. So I'm just going to collapse it, click on it, and click Save, open it back up, and it happened really fast. So I can exit out of MusicBrainz Picard. I can take this last album and off screen. Let me find it. And let me ditch my original files and paste in the new ones. Okay, so now they're pasted in. We can go back to Plex and let's look at Yes. You'll see the live albums filled in without an issue. Now you might come across live albums that aren't in the database. You're kind of stuck there for automatic metadata, but you can use MusicBrainz Picard to straighten out the tags properly enough so that you can add it as an unknown album and just go in like anything else in Plex and edit it in, put your own information, add your own poster, and as long as the artist matches what your database has for that artist, it'll fill in here as if it was found by Plex. So let's scan this again. And we'll go back to that unknown artist section. I'm running everything on a Synology DS1018 Plus. Not the fastest, but certainly fast enough for myself and my friends and family. So while Plex is scanning the music library, the interface is pretty much unresponsive at times. You notice as I click, nothing really happens. Just forced to wait. Okay, so if we look for that unknown, that first unknown is gone. And if we check out Engelbert now, $1993 is the one we were working on, and Plex now properly found this. So there's two different examples for MusicBrainz Picard. I've only started using the program about a month ago, so I'm sure I'm still at the beginner level, and if there are any experts with it, with other tips, especially that concern this video, please let me know in a friendly way. Happy Plexing!